Derek Harper looked straight into his stepsister's eyes through the rear-view mirror. Elena was screaming his name, her voice cracking, her arms reaching out from the wheelchair as rain hammered down on her paralyzed body. He didn't blink. He didn't hesitate. He pressed the gas pedal and drove away. 4 hours later, she was still there, alone, freezing, dying. But what Derek didn't know, what none of them knew, was that a single father named Marcus Thornton was about to take a wrong turn. And that wrong turn would expose a murder plot worth $2.3 million. Before we continue, tell us in the comments where in the world are you watching from. We love seeing how far our stories travel. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss what happens next. The windshield wipers couldn't keep up. Marcus Thornton leaned forward, squinting through sheets of rain that seemed determined to blind him. His knuckles were white on the steering wheel, his jaw tight with frustration. This wasn't the route he was supposed to take. Highway 41 was closed, some construction accident, the radio had said. And now he was crawling through Hollow Creek Road, a forgotten stretch of cracked asphalt that cut through abandoned farmland somewhere outside Portland. His phone buzzed. He glanced at it. "Sophie, Dad, where are you?" Mrs. Chen is asking. Marcus cursed under his breath. Piano practice. He was supposed to pick up his 12-year-old daughter 20 minutes ago. He was always late these days. Always running behind, always letting her down in small ways that added up to something he didn't want to think about. He typed a quick response at a red light that seemed to exist for no reason on this empty road. Construction taking back roads. 15 more minutes. Sorry, honey. The light turned green. Marcus accelerated his mind, already calculating the apology he'd have to give Mrs. Chen. The disappointed look. Sophie would try to hide the dinner he'd have to throw together from whatever was left in the fridge. 4 years. It had been 4 years since Rachel died. 4 years of doing this alone. 4 years of being both mother and father to a girl who needed more than he knew how to give. Some days Marcus felt like he was drowning in slow motion. He almost missed it. A shape on the side of the road. Wrong. Out of place. His headlights caught it for just a second. A flash of metal, a huddled figure, and his foot was on the brake before his brain fully processed what he was seeing. A wheelchair. Someone was sitting in it in the middle of nowhere in this storm. What the hell? Marcus pulled over his hazard lights, cutting red patterns through the gray afternoon. Rain pounded on the roof of his SUV like 1,000 angry fists. Every instinct told him to call 911 to let someone else handle this to get to his daughter. But he was already opening his door. What? The rain hit him like a wall. Cold, brutal. Within seconds, his jacket was soaked through. He splashed through puddles. His dress shoes. Completely wrong for this filling with water. As he got closer, he heard it sobbing. Deep broken sounds that cut through even the roar of the storm. The kind of crying that came from somewhere beyond grief, beyond fear. The sound of someone who had given up. "Miss, can you hear me?" The figure lifted her head. Marcus felt something crack inside his chest. She was young, mid-20s maybe. Blonde hair plastered to her face, skin pale as paper, lips tinged with blue. Her hazel eyes were wide, wild, filled with something that looked like disbelief, like she couldn't believe someone had actually stopped. "Please." Her voice was barely a whisper, shaking from cold and something deeper. "Please don't leave me here. I'm not going anywhere." Marcus said it and meant it. "What's your name? What happened to you?" "Elena." She was shivering so violently she could barely form words. "Elena Harper, they left me." "Who left you?" But Elena just shook her head, fresh tears mixing with the rain streaming down her face. Marcus didn't waste time with more questions. He stepped behind her wheelchair, gripped the handles, and started pushing toward his SUV. The wheels stuck in the mud. He pushed harder. Can you lift me?" Elena's voice was small, ashamed. "My legs don't work. I can't help you. I've got you." He scooped her up. She weighed almost nothing, like a bird, all hollow bones and trembling flesh. She clung to his jacket with fingers that had gone white from cold, her face pressed against his shoulder. Marcus carried her to his SUV and settled her in the back seat as gently as he could. She didn't let go of his jacket for a long moment, like she was afraid he'd disappear if she did. "You're safe now," he said. "I've got you. You're safe." He went back for the wheelchair, wrestling with the folding mechanism until it finally collapsed. He shoved it in his trunk, not caring that it was dripping mud and water everywhere. Inside the car, with the heat blasting and the storm finally shut out, Marcus turned to look at her. Elena was wrapped in the emergency blanket he kept in his back seat, her whole body still shaking. He handed her his coffee thermos, still half full, still warm, and watched as she brought it to her lips with trembling hands. "Thank you." Her voice was steadier now, but only slightly. "Thank you for stopping. I really thought we need to get you to a hospital." "No." The force of her response made Marcus freeze. "Please." Elena's eyes met his. And in them, he saw something that made his blood run cold. Pure, unadulterated fear. "No hospital. They'll find me there. They'll finish what they started." "Who will find you, Elena?" She was quiet for a long moment. The rain drummed on the roof. The heater hummed. Somewhere in the distance, thunder rolled. "My stepmother," Elena finally said, "and my stepbrother. They did this. They drove me out here and left me to die." The words hung in the air between.